What you missed in part 1. And now we continue with our story.
We get to the room and find out that Fred and George, Ron's brothers, made a speakeasy so that we can buy cards and a spell for flavor beans. We find flavor beans all over the school, in vases, bookshelves, and other places. They're the only ones used for currency, and it's only meant to be spent there. Now, I diverted from the path at this point, and damn, there is a lot of places to go through. Going through it, you find you can actually get behind walls and find chests, secret passages, and sometimes you can actually lose yourself where you are unless if you go through the whole thing and make notes. This encourages going through the story and coming back when you have all the spells. For our first day, we go down to the stadium and we learn how to fly on a broom. And lo and behold, the teachers love to make Harry do everything first, because if he fails, then no one else can do it. This is the slowest broom flying ever, and you're supposed to do the whole thing in 2.5 minutes. And I assume you get a card right after. I just didn't because I couldn't finish it. It went well over 100. Now, I know it looks like I'm flying like ass, and it's not because I am, it's because the flying in this is kind of ass. I think it's because when you go up or down, it tries to get you back into a straight line and it just throws you off. It's hard sometimes and it's difficult to recover. It's something better taken at high speeds. Now, I got super lucky going through as much rings as I did the first time. Then after that, it's like I just couldn't finish or pass more than what I did because I was just so damn slow. I tried at least 8 times and then I just gave up. Now we're introduced to an activity at the end of every day where they have a meeting for house points which determine who gets the World Cup for the school year and take a guess who came up on top at the end.
And the winner of the House Cup is Ravenclaw. I'm just kidding. Get that trash out of here. It goes to Gryffindor!
Now, after the whole ceremony and almost at the end of every night, we have to play Harry Potter Gear Solid, because Heroine always wants something that we can't get to in the day. So instead of her going, she just sends us to get reprimanded by the school hall guards. And if we get caught, that takes 5 points away from our house.
Mr. Potter breaking the rules. 5 house points from Gryffindor.
Our first mission is just getting a severing spell because Neville gets caught behind some drapes. You can't fucking lift up the drapes? We head to the library, pick up a book about a plant we probably didn't need to know about in the first place, and then we head to the greenhouse where we find the severing spell. So we start heading back to the good old staircase and find that Nick's been stoned. There's writings on the wall telling us that the Chamber of Secrets have been reopened. Then we get caught by one of the professors. So Harry goes to Dumbledore's office and sees a hat that wanted us to be in Slytherin and Dumbledore's dumb phoenix. Also, it turns out that Harry's a schizo, so, we just leave that and sleep on that because there's nothing weird about that.
Come to me. Let me rip you. Let me tear you.
There was a lot of that. Now for our first class, Magic Against the Dark Arts. In these classes, there's always a secret dungeon where Harry Potter must go through and find a spellbook, then fight a giant gargoyle. After getting this spell, that's really the only one we're gonna use for duels. Stupendo is useless after this, because sometimes your spells will hit and sometimes it doesn't. But with Expelliarmus, you'll hit your opponent 100% of the time, except for when they deflect the spell you deflected back to them. And also for shits and giggles, the opponent will cast a spell and move it slightly to your left and hit you with the area effect, just to mess with you. After getting Expelliarmus, the spell to repel back magic at whoever casted it, we are promoted to having a child fight where Harry and Draco duel. So Draco gets his ass handed to him on a poo-poo platter, and being the sore loser that he is, Draco decides to cast a snake at Harry, and this is where it's revealed Harry can actually talk to snakes, and he could be the heir to the Slytherin founder. Harry then goes to the Quidditch Stadium for his first game. This is where we learn the basics, but this time, Harry actually goes fast. And now each circle we pass through, we end up building a boost for which then we use to get closer to the golden snitch. Along the way, we have to dodge the other players and also...
Motherfucker!
These are annoying, cause 1, you can't tell when they're really around, and 2, they come in randomly and you get absolutely destroyed, cause when they hit you, it slows you down. But when we get close enough, or when the game decides we're getting close enough to the snitch, the camera pans to the front of Harry, and the snitch moves around where we have to, oh, we got it. All of my Quidditch match games ended this exact same way. But hey, you know, it's pretty fun. To me, this is just a practice test till we got that amazing Harry Potter sports game, the Quidditch Cup. Oh, I love it. After the game, we get our own broom where we fly wherever in the map, and let me tell you, the map is huge. You can go virtually anywhere and find some hidden mini games, hidden wizard cards, and areas we would need to come back for when we have the correct spell. Nothing, you know, too big, but I appreciate it. So we're just outside the stadium and find that Ron and Hermione are being harassed by Draco. This is where Hermione ends up being called a filthy mudblood, the equivalent to being called the N-word.
In the magical world of Harry Potter!
As explained, mudblood is when someone is born magical with non-magical parents. After finding out that the world of Harry Potter is a little racist, we take that information and sleep on it.